What's up everybody? My name is Jesse. Welcome back to the channel. This is video number 7 in my bungalow renovation series, and today we're going to be doing what I would consider my least favorite part of any renovation, and that is drywall finishing. I've done it a couple times. I do not enjoy it, but it's a very essential step. It's something that's difficult to get right, and I am a pretty much a beginner at it. Like I said, I've only done it a couple times, so you're going to get to learn with me, kind of walk along with me. I'm going to talk about the tools I'm using and how they're working out. I'm going to do the living room ceiling, the kitchen ceiling, some corners. Those corners can get pretty tricky. And then we're going to put a coat of primer and a coat of paint on the kitchen, and it's really going to start to show up, start to look like an actual room. So let's go ahead and get into it. So now that all of the sheets of drywall are up on the ceiling, all of the screw holes have been covered with drywall mud. Now I need to take the seams between where the sheets butt together. There are two types of joints. There's a recessed joint where the factory edges come together. They have a little groove cut into them, so there's a bit of a recess. And you basically put tape over that and then build it up with mud until it's a flat surface. The second type is a butt joint, and that's where the two ends of the sheet come together. So here's one here, and that's going to be flat already, so you have to tape across it and then kind of build it out, feather it out so that it looks flat. And that takes a little more effort. So I've got some stuff back here. I've already mixed up my mud, and I'm going to get to taping. I'm using a device called the LiQWYD. This is supposed to make it very easy for taping. It's one of my least favorite things to do with drywall. So the LiQWYD, tape goes back here, wet mud goes in here, so I've thinned down my all-purpose mud. That goes in this section. And then the tape sits under here, runs through it, and it coats it with mud rather than having to put mud on first and then bed the tape. One step. So we'll see if this makes it easier. One other quick tip: when you're thinning down your mud, I always, especially for beginners and DIYers like myself, I advocate using a bucket of all-purpose drywall compound pre-mixed. It's a lot easier to work with for most things, but if you're going to be taping, you need to water it down. The mistake I made the first time I ever did this, I mixed it in a bucket like this, and I mixed it up with my drywall knife. And what happens is the sharp edges, sharp corners of this scrape on the bucket as you're stirring it, and it creates these little swirly plastic pieces that you don't see until you're trying to, smooth out the tape, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of blue pieces of plastic that are creating ruts and grooves, and it just ruins the whole thing. So don't stir with a metal knife. Find a scrap piece of wood or a paint stirrer and stir up the compound. You want it runny, kind of like a yogurt consistency. So I'm going to put this into the tape buddy that I showed you and pull the tape through it. Taping an inside corner. So where the two pieces of drywall meet at the corner, I have to put a piece of tape, so to crease the tape, put some mud and smush it smoothly into the corner, which as a DIYer is extremely difficult. I went out and bought one of these, this inside corner tool. So I just push this into the corner, smush it, and drag it down. So we'll see if that makes it easier. I've been doing it with this 6-inch knife in the past, so we'll see how it goes. So we'll start at the top and just work my way down, putting some of this mud into the corner. tape, or mud in the corner. Take the tape, crease it, press it into the corner. Corner knife and push it into the corner. Wrapping up the drywall, so I patched in this final piece here, cut the outlet out, as you see, taped both seams, and spliced it right into this. Did the corner, outside corner is taped and mudded, and then did this outside corner, all the inside corners. Look at that, all the way to a point. Another one, another outside corner done. Inside, inside, outside. All right, so I just off camera to save you from having to watch me do multiple coats of mud, I have done the final coat of drywall mud on everything. The ceiling is actually quite smooth. I had planned to spray texture on it, but I'm not going to do that anymore. It came out a lot smoother than I anticipated. So I've done 3 coats of mud, taping, second coat, and then the final coat, and sanded it all. That's why you probably see some haze in the shot. So now I'm getting ready to put the kitchen cabinets in, and to do that, I want to go ahead and prime and seal all the drywall. So I've got my drywall primer here. I'm going to roll that on. And then I'm going to get a coat of paint on the wall, because it will never be easier than right now to paint these walls. On this wall in particular, the cabinets are going to come up about this high, and then I'm going to go tile to about here. So I'll only be painting above that, but I am going to prime everything to seal it up. So let's get to rolling. Quick walk through the kitchen before the cabinets go in. Walls are painted. Up at the top, my painter is going to put primer on the ceiling and paint it, so I left the top of the walls undone. He's going to cut those in. Man, these walls are looking nice. Very happy with how they turned out. Gray is nice and smooth. So that wraps up this video on drywall finishing. I'm so glad to have those steps behind me. And moving forward on the next video, we're going to be getting into the bathroom. We're going to be gutting the old ugly bathroom, and we're going to start putting new stuff in. We got a new tub going in, a new drain assembly that's going to be really important. Wait till you see what the old one looked like, and a new shower diverter valve. So we're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of those plumbing fixtures in the next video. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and drop a comment below to let us know what you think about how things are going so far. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.